kill was the only thing the Global Esports could get, even though they tried this two-pronged approach. This shows resilience from Velocity. And I might be speaking a bit too soon, but I think if they can keep this calm and composure, then I think they should be able to win. Let's see if they can convert this round. I mean, Global Esports have been notorious at turning these crystal rounds into victories.
Never went away. I joined a couple bands and played a few shows. Tried to impress the girl in the front row. But soon enough, everything starts to change. As you grow up, nobody treats you the same. They try to take your future and make it real safe. You could be a doctor, accountant, or something sane. But yo, whatever happened to the sky was the limit. I fell in love with music, never thought it was a gimmick. I worked so hard on every tune and every single lyric. My whole identity depended on being artistic. Now you wanna strip that away, so you feel okay? Cause if I make it to the top, what does that really say? That you shouldn't have given up, that you made the mistake? But if I fail, you feel much better about picking your lane, right? Yeah, things are gonna get better real soon. Yeah, I'ma just do me, you just do you. I swear it's gonna get better real soon.
Well, that won't be repeated again. But I was really scared about it.
I got a clear view. We're gonna make it soon. Just keep pushing through.
If it wasn't won by Global Esports, they could have at least gotten it closer. But they did get
Welcome back to the stream, guys. Welcome back.
Have 3 people on just a bunch of pistols.
यार वो पढ़ सकते दूसरा राउंड है. लेट्स गो VLT. लाइटनिंग फास्ट नहीं हो रहा है क्या? ओह इसके रॉसी पहला वो हो सकता है क्या? कॉपीराइट लगेगा ना? डिलीट कर देंगे, पर ये तो करना था मुझे. आई विल डिलीट दिस वीडियो ब्रो. बाय बाय 2-1. बाय नहीं थी वेलोसिटी के पास वैसे. लेट्स सी.
Put down the smokes inside, take control of you first.
Kappa
was able to deliver the first frag and everyone else followed. And it was all going very safe up until SK Rossi decided to push the onward.
लाइट नहीं जलाया, लाइट जला लेना चाहिए ना, आज तो जलाना चाहिए.
But he only did that after he was completely sure that his teammates will be able to plant the spike without any repercussions. And that's Global Esports knowing when to and when not to take risks. That push by SK Rossi would have been risky under normal circumstances, but since his teammates were more than safe, he was okay pushing it. And even if he lost his life, it didn't really matter because his teammates had the control of the rest of the site. Figuring out when and when not to push, when it's risky and mitigating those risks, that's the key to success.
काश वॉच पार्टी का वो मिलता यार हमको.
And because these teams have faced each other so many times in the past, they tend to know each other's behavioral patterns. They know each other's tendencies. So knowing when to push the envelope and go beyond your safe region, go beyond your calling and extend, that's going to be crucial for these teams. That's the only avenue of brain game that's
Chavra.
It truly is. I want to highlight the early operator of Deathmaker here. You look at what it's done to the velocity economy. This is a must-win round. If it isn't, then Global are going to take the lead 3-2 because velocity will have to go straight down to a very
बहुत तेज रश कर रहे हैं भाई जी वाले ज़्यादा हो रहे हैं सबको. फास्ट पुश तो है. 4 बंदे वहाँ हैं भाई. MW1 भाई उधर एक
the momentary halt in the momentum of Global Esports will probably continue when they decide to burst out the moment this smoke fades away. They're just waiting, hiding.
A पे कोई है? हाँ भाई A पे 2 बंदे हैं अभी भी.
They're giving away to not call for Velocity's rotation. They do have more numbers over here, so as soon as the smokes are inserted once again, Global Esports will try to push in, but it's rather slower than they would like it to be. Kuka by himself is good for only one, but the rest of the side crumbles. Even Hellfighter tried to push out of the smoke, but The haunt didn't really give him an advantage at all. It resulted in his death instead, and Global Esports, just like that, have converted the second buy round in their favor as well.
The silver
2-2 हो
lining
जाएगा,
is
इक्वलाइजर हो
that
जाएगा,
Deathmaker's
इक्वलाइज हो
gonna
जाएगा,
get
कोई
full
दिक्कत नहीं है, कोई दिक्कत
So
नहीं.
there is still a semi-decent amount of cash behind this team. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, what though? Deathmaker is positioned though. Maybe it isn't a guaranteed save here. As Losty, they're two saving members. They're pretty far apart from one another. They're not really going to be able to assist each other. Luckily for Deathmaker, Global don't really want to hunt. They have a fair bit of money, but when you do have matches that are this close, that money's going to be so important down the line.
Oh, exactly, and it's important that you save onto that money for
भाई
as
क्या
long as you
डेथमेकर एक
can.
हाथ ऐसे रख के
I
खेल
remember
रहा है क्या
seeing the
भाई?
last game where poor Orangutan, they
डेथमेकर
had
भाई
that economic meltdown at the worst
आराम
time
से थोड़ा.
possible. Enigma Gaming were able to win that thrifty round, and after that Orangutan will have completely broke, and that happened just an hour ago. Those players are still here in the stadium, their wounds are still fresh. Of course, Global and Velocity have both learned their lessons by watching that one.
भाई कॉपीराइट कैसे बढ़ता है? आज पता चलेगा अच्छा वाला कॉपीराइट. क्या हो जाएगा? क्या हो जाएगा? देखते हैं. यहाँ पे डार्ट जाता हुआ और ये बड़े M11 भाई आ रहे हैं सब. कहाँ भाग रहे हो? मैं तो अगले भाई.
Skills just shifts forward, gets that opening, and unfortunately for Velocity, Global they picked up one slightly when none of the guns in position. It's a quick
देख
clean
लिया
up,
था भाई
and
उसको.
what should really be a third round tip. I really
तेरा
would
आसू भाई को
have
देख लिया था.
Velocity safe again.
Feels so bad for Amaterasu there. Just wanted to play a cheeky angle under the hook. He knows it's a one and done, and since you've got pistols, there's not much that you can do except surprise your opponents like that once in a while, but he doesn't even get to do that. And because of that, his poor teammate who was on B-Long also was left super vulnerable. Global Esports. It's funny how they just want to push out and get the kills, but they don't really need to. I mean, what are they even trying to get out of the hands of Velocity? If they can just make Deathmaker drop this off, that's all they would ever require. Hellranger, they won't live to see his Vandal in the next round, and even Lightning Fast will meet the same fate. I just hope it doesn't turn into something too expensive. Deathmaker's getting all these kills, and sure, it looks stylish, sure, it's amazing to look at, but these are nothing but consolation kills. At least he'll be able to keep Global Esports economy humble for the next round, so, hey, you win some, you lose some.
अब तो है Deathmaker भाई.
I actually don't mind the fact we're seeing 2 rounds where we're losing the same from Velocity. It also shows that they really value having that operator on Deathmaker.
अब तो है.
That's going to be the key thing to watch out for. We save 2 rounds.
तब कैमरा घुसा दिए साले सब. हमको कोई ना ये बोल दे. टू द फोर्स तो है. क्रॉस भी वही खेल रहा होगा ना.
I want to see some more probes for information here. And Deathmaker pushing up long is going to be exactly that.
Oh yeah, maybe he can push up long and gather some early information. He's not going to spot anyone towards that side, but hopefully no presence on B detected by Deathmaker should indicate to Velocity that this push by Global towards Path and A is indeed a full commitment. Of course, it's too early in the round, so Global Esports might also change their mind, but if they decide to do so, an aggressive position by Deathmaker could deter them from coming closer if they decide to go in for it. Lightning fast, fancy footwork goes all the way inside. Amaterasu gets blown to smithereens, and even though he's blind, he will still be able to bust open the captain's head. Right to a busy defending. Isolated. There's not much that anyone can do. Hellfighter also prevented from trading out because of the Molotov. Hellranger though. As long as he continues to stay in here, Hellfighter will have trouble trying to make things happen.
God!
With the bigger gun comes
MW1 God!
Go for the plant. Top all of a sudden finds himself isolated, and his teammates, even though they did not overextend, they have been exterminated.
Deathmaker मारा तो था, लो तो किया था
Deathmaker
ने.
final nail, and just like that, Velocity out
Deathmaker
back.
मारा
This
भाई.
game is more than competitive,
मारा.
Tremor. It's going toe to toe.
It truly is, and Velocity once again show themselves as adapting on the fly being one of their biggest strengths. We saw just a moment ago, they realized, okay, we go for the land grab, we have the information, it means the rotations have time to come in, and the
सारी भाभियाँ.
Deathmaker, SK Ross, we've highlighted it already, but what we haven't spoke about is Lightning Fast and MW1, both on the raise, and for me, Raze is one of the most entertaining agents to watch.
अब तो है
Aggressive and how fast you can play.
Oh,
When
yeah.
playing as Deathmaker, going aggressive once again, able to avoid all the utility dropped by the Sova here. Does he get the Sova on the jump spot? The outro, unfortunately, is going to reveal Deathmaker's position.
बोल
Kappa
दिया
just
आप
gets
आप
out there, but the rest of
पीछे
Global
हट जाओ
are
आप
going after Hookah.
I hope they don't run into Deathmaker. I hope they can find a way to deal with him. If not deal, just get him out of position, make him uncomfortable. Deathmaker already got a nice triple kill in form of exit frag, so this could be something even worse if they walk right into him. And they're changing their mind after going towards the B side. They get that opening pick. Ace going down indicates that Amaterasu is in danger, and he has no option but to stay hidden inside the bot. Just hope that he's able to read.
क्या रीड करते हैं सब पे
But there's trouble heading in from behind him as well.
तरासू पीछे से देख भाई ये तरासू का भी रीड है भाई
The back line, but Global Esports, they're getting pushed by the Nightfall. Luckily, the fault line keeps the members of Velocity at bay, so they can't capitalize on the Nightfall all that much. And even though the trails on the ground reveal positions, they don't net them any kills. Hellfighter still acting like the tip of the spear. Won't be able to go ahead as U-Haul is being contested. Deathmaker gets the nice frag from the back lines and that's
Oh, halaf bhai.
U-Haul has been taking control of. It's just down to Deathmaker. He doesn't know where Kappa is. Kappa gets the jump on him. Eskeros, he tries to go for a peek, but Hellfighter, he's quicker on his feet. And they finally get this one. He misses the first, but the second time is the charm. And Velocity, they intend to do all the harm.
4-2 हो गया ना
You dance like you're panicking and you sting like a Frenchman, apparently, because that was a hell of a round from Rossi. And even though they're not, the kills don't have too much impact. It's like the final player, you're in a 2v1 anyway. It's the speed at which he gets them which builds confidence. And we saw
I paused Valorant to be here
headline was Revenant Global. It was
नहीं
the
ठीक
final match,
ठीक
and Rossi just woke up.
तो Zaya
This
hi
match saw 3 convincing rounds.
Morning.
From then on out, it was game over, essentially. No one stood a chance against him. If Rossi's able to get online this early on, then we can really see Deathmaker
रखा भाई आज नीचे
have their work seriously cut out for them.
रखा भाई ये सोने की चेन बाहर कब से आ गई आप
Already doing all the heavy lifting. But what about the other people? He can't afford to get carried like that. So far, the kill distribution isn't really that even, and I hope it changes by the time the game comes to a standstill. I mean, is it even going to come to a standstill? Is it going to be dynamic from both these teams? So far, the fakes from Velocity have been more or less vanilla. I hate to say this, but hey, people who like vanilla
क्या भाई दो लाइक क्या दो लाइक
cannot stand the stench.
देखो भाई जी वर्सेस VLT
Because he's got the big deterrent, the op in his hands, tool of force in the back pocket. Will he be met
शुरू हो
with
गया शुरू हो गया
resistance from Deathmaker, who also has the tool of force available?
डेस्मिकर भाई क्या गन है डेस्मिकर भाई
Oh yeah,
So-
I say that and he pulled it out. My bad.
Sort of forced the wheels there, and I like how Global, sort of realizing this, stack up once again, go to this safe site where once you've swung off heaven, you're playing at a much
तीन है यहाँ पे भाई कम ऑन VLT 4-3 है क्या हमको लगा 4-2 है सही है सही है
But as we saw from last round, Global don't care about shouting. It's almost like a plot that's set.
Oh, and this plot has the deaths of so many important characters written. Papa looking to change the script, looking to flip the book.
The whole right to ace,
So
going
he's
big,
coming
bro.
with dead bodies and skills is going to be turning in his grave. Avoids the shock start, but can't avoid the kill shot, of course, that Hell Ranger is dumping upon him.
गन लेने के
Even
चक्कर है
though
हमारा
both of these foods have taken 2 casualties, they are yet to block the spike. Luckily for them, Deathmaker can't do all that part because he's going to run into Rossi. Peak advantage available onto Rossi, but he looks away at the first time possible. This is the opening that Deathmaker has been looking for, but he's paranoid about someone pushing from CT. SK Rossi did it the last time, and once bitten, twice shy. That's what Velocity are right now.
डेस्मिकर इधर आके देख रहा होगा तब तो मजा सही है
Amaterasu gets this opening. This could be flawless. There's the perfect opening, followed up by the Seekers. They're going to get a really good engagement as to how Global are played this.
2 HP है यार
They get you down to just 2 HP here. It's actually almost a 1v1 in how low health is.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter. So long as he has 1, he can still kill.
गन निकालते हुए कैसे अनुज भाई इतना एक्सपीरियंस है आपको
That'll be a 5th. Remember, we are on Global's map pick. A 5-3 lead is certainly something they're going to be happy with. It's business as usual for GE.
Oh, but it never should have been this way. This round wasn't supposed to be this close. They got 3 kills.
नहीं neon कौन है?
What's worse is that they were able to pull off this backstab in a round like this, and I think that's good for Global Esports.
फिर से रॉसी लिया है आप.
After Rasu walked into a position like that,
Attack में big confidence है भाई.
In a much more important round, that would have been disastrous.
Truly would have been, definitely. Again on the off angle, I mean, it's worked effectively for Velocity now. I can't help but think that potentially it's a bit overused at this point. And Global, you see for their positioning, like they fully now. You can't clear it again and again. Early use of the orbital strike, try and get lightning past the backside skills towards the Gorakhpur. Is able to respond, but only momentarily. That
3 बंदे गए.
dark, a deep shade of red.
फिर सेव करेंगे. पाक भाई.
Running down the sides of vines. It's going to be a sick blow.
Oh, the sand is now wet with the crimson blood spilled on it. Shades of brown and red creating an unholy hue, which is unpleasant to look at if you're a Velocity fan. But Global Esports, this was a pretty simple action for them, wasn't it? Orbital strike giving them, it didn't even stop them, did it now? They didn't just care about it. Walked right past it, had absolutely no problems. Isolated the angles and Velocity came in. They make it look like they were a part of a hot knife cutting through a big block of butter. It's that easy. Speaking of butter, mate, I've been using this. I'm sorry to cut you off there. I mean, speaking of butter, I mean, they've been using this B-long region like their bread and butter, haven't they? They've been using it quite often, and very often in a similar way as well. And Velocity also have the same formula for defending, right? The moment the smoke's
चावड़ा भाई जी इसको वत्सल के दोस्त है ना. तो सपोर्ट करेंगे.
Although
कुछ तो टाइप हो रहा है.
every now and then, it isn't really game changing. So Global Esports still have what it takes to take over this B-side without any problems whatsoever. What does Velocity do in order to change this one?
I want to see Velocity focus a little bit more on controlling short here. They sort of go for showers control and then Global just ignore it. I really want to see them pivot from A short and then focus a bit more on mid rather than.
मारना पड़ेगा भाई. सेंटिनल कौन है भाई? कोई नहीं. दो इनिशिएटर हो सकता है कुछ अटैक में वैसे.
When Global are currently on a collision course with a 9-3 half.
रॉसी को आप.
This collision course seems like there's absolutely nothing that can stop it. Oh, that could have had an opportunity there, but like Spot denies him off.
उसकी वजह से बच गया ये सेशन की वजह से.
Any blood as well. Just like that, EA side's under control of Global Esports. No bloodshed, not even a drop of sweat dripping down their forehead. And he's just denying everything on the words of Finesse.
Yes,
he gets it. Give it to him. Lightning fast, patting his stats, and his teammates patting his shoulders.
Understandably so. Bear in mind, this is an ace within the first 10 rounds of a series.
ज़्यादा हो रहा lightning fast का. आजकल बहुत अच्छा मार रहा है वे. पहले हमको इतना अच्छा नहीं लगता था. Lightning fast. Let's go. May the best team win.
Now need to see Velocity come back with something, anything, something.
What is that something gonna be? You did point
अब
out.
बाय आया है. बाय तो आ ही नहीं रहा इनका.
You hold on to the A side, especially when they're doubling down on showers. And for now, they have changed the setup. You look at the position of Deathmaker. He's all the way down the range. Meanwhile, M21 is picking the fight to do with Hookah. And he's gonna spot multiple members. So this could result in a bloodbath right here and now. But what I'm more concerned about is the fact that Deathmaker can get into a much deeper position, get on the flank already if he's a bit curious about pushing.
Up on the angle, just shoulder peeking for the time being, expecting Rossi, but you know Rossi has one big scary operator. Who's gonna tank the boom bot?
मारा क्यों नहीं? अपनी HP क्यों जाने दिया? 20 plus 9, 29 HP.
A little bit too confident and try to cross here. Luckily, it's with the cover of the paint shells. But MW1 is still hovering about the place. Global, they are really committing to this short push now. While the orbital strike is deployed, it won't garner anything just yet. MW1 in the corner, caught out, shut down by skills, and now there's no one there to trade. LF is on an off angle, but he's there alone.
Oh, and he won't be there for much longer. Amaterasu is also good for one, but there's absolutely nothing that Velocity can do. The trade potential for their team has been diminished. The orbital strike
भाई इस बार सेव नहीं भाई, हर बार सेव हो रहा है.
positions, and even the smokes kind of worked against them, cutting off Hellranger from any, I'm sorry, not Hellranger, Hellfighter from any kind of backup that he could have received. And that's the kind of problems that Velocity have been facing time and again, whether it's the A side or B side. They're just simply not able to help each other out. They're getting caught all by themselves. Trading potential is being reduced, and even now they have their backs against the wall. But Deathmaker sprayed Eskerosi all over the wall, and he continues to do so yet again. He's figured out where Hellranger is, but will the timing get the better of him? Taps the spike, realizes it's a fake. He's gonna call the flop yet again.
शॉट था पर भाई, डेथमेकर का शॉट था.
What's interesting is Global are doing so bloody well at the moment, but it's not SK Rossi.
It's everyone.
I'm guilty of saying this. I've said Global, they're at their best when SK Rossi's at its best. But this is a completely different team. This is Global, where every single player has this kill factor to them, which we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen before. The longer this tournament has gone on, the longer Global have had a chance to build themselves.
स्पेक्टर पे आ गया भाई. 8-3 भाई. 9-3 का अर्थ होगा क्या?
8-3 down. They do have a knuckle to assist them, but it's only this Spectres to take on the Zorn, of course, the might right here, Kings of SA.
Eskerosi now looking to claim his crown. Will Deathmaker put a frown on his face? Certainly not. Eskerosi
मारा था
the Nightfall does absolutely nothing. Lightning Fast responds to it with violence and sheer aggression. Ace has done. He did manage to find a couple of kills into U-Haul, but now that his position's revealed, he's got Lightning Fast to deal with on one end and Kappa on the other. Kappa turns around the corner, swinging wide and recovering the spike. Meanwhile, Eskerosi's busy chilling on the B side. Now, Global Esports have a multitude of options. They can go for the plant anywhere they desire, and Velocity Gaming have absolutely no idea that if they continue staying over here, Eskerosi can come punish them from the back door.
I was about to say, I'm very surprised I haven't teleporter. Both players with their guns out. Hey, fancy seeing
no way!
Fortunately for Amaterasu, it'll be the last place he sees the flash of a very French gun. And with that,
bye. 9-3. Bro, in which team are you? Nation proud. पता नहीं. Make nation proud. ठीक है भाई.
Oh man, I'm not sure about reality because
कोई भी जी वैसे अच्छा खेलती है भाई. रॉसी तो उसका ऑप अलग है भाई. और उधर डेथमेकर भी है वैसे. Interns.
Oh well, cake and bread and sometimes even misery. But what I'm seeing right now is the crown under contestation.
9-3 का हो गया वैसे. देखते हैं क्या होता है.
Not just the crown, the head of the kingdom.
Let's go. पता है कॉपीराइट आएगा इस पे भी. बस वो ना आ जाए.
Put their tushies on it comfortably.
कॉपीराइट क्लेम आए, स्ट्राइक ना आए भाई.
Yet to deliver, but maybe on their attack they'll be able to find a little bit more success. Now, Bind is relatively evenly matched in terms of defenders' attackers' win rate. Ever so slightly favouring defenders, but you're expecting that, particularly at the pro level. And for Global, as they now slowly but surely sort of fake the fact that they've stacked this many sites. They were beautifully here, a bit of shot start. The old
shot by.
But Deathmaker, talk about opening, he's your man. Rossi falls and Global have left the site undefended. Unfortunately, Velocity, they're going to find that out very quickly.
Yeah, but maybe we'll get the plant in time.
Plant तो हो जाएगा.
Gaming haven't taken control of U-Halls just yet. This could create an opportunity for Global Esports to start moving inside. The aftershock,
nice,
but it doesn't stop the spike plant. So Velocity Gaming get what they needed, and with the numbers advantage they have, on paper they should be able to win this round. But Hellfighter peeking alongside that clash, and they're getting all the kills. This is turning out to be a flawless.
Deathmaker तो है.
Almost flawless, but they get the pistol nonetheless, and that's what they need.
चलो 9-4.
It's done in a clean fashion as well, a really clean fashion, which I love seeing.
मंडी भाई की भाभी तो है.
The way Global have really been reacting to a lot of Velocity's plays have consisted of having one of their players just do better. Whereas now that Velocity is starting to clap back a little bit, I want to see some adaptations from Global. I want to see them sweat a little bit, because that's when you really see the groovy strategies come out.
I mean, sure, the plan of having their players just click mouse one better was working up until now for Global Esports, but they're gonna have to pull off something new. Maybe not in this round because Global Esports don't have the weaponry that they require to continue.
पुश कर गया है भाई रोशी को देख रहा
But maybe
हूँ
another
डर
one.
नहीं है उसको
Velocity Gaming though, they recognize that Global Esports are
Oof.
dangerous whenever they're on Luca, so they're being extremely careful. But
Timing हो गया
all
रोशी
the
के
way
साथ
inside, pays for it with his life, and oh my
Timing
God,
हो
they're
गया
jumping through the teleport.
Oh,
That makes it
fuck.
serious. You teleport into this
क्या
man's
मारा है
He's
भाई
gonna
ये
send you to God. He's gonna send you straight to Jesus and then down to hell.
क्या
Global Esports
मारा है
fight back
भाई
just a
ये
little bit, but Velocity Gaming are on the verge of pulling another round off.
फोर fuck एस हो जाएगा एस come on अरे बा एस यार एस होता यार मैचमेकर का एस चाहिए था गोली खत्म हो गई मेरे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है
You know what I love seeing? I love seeing the fact that not only is Deathmaker now opened up, means SK Rossi has to step it up as
हमें
well.
तेरा आंसू
And 9-3 is
कप्पा भाई
said, history has that
दाढ़ी
chance
तो
to
है
back
कप्पा
it,
भाई की
repeating itself, and Velocity are looking to make it come true. I feel like, as you mentioned, you know, Global Esports, they go off to hell. There's going to be a very
हम ही
long
देख रहे हैं क्या
queue
हम ही अकेले
of
बोल
everyone
रहे हैं
who's been
क्या
killed by Deathmaker. And they're all going to look at each other, sort of nod, you know, you if it's from Deathmaker? Yeah, me too, man. That guy.
You later on when later on when Deathmaker enters that area, Doom music is going to start playing.
Remember, the only thing they fear is you. And Deathmaker, who has a tour de force right now, who is going to be making a very quiet push up through B here, avoiding the fault line, hoping to catch out a player mid-rotation. That's been a half a second quicker, which would have been laid and buried before the
एक रैंडम शॉट मार दे उसके तो मजा आ जाएगा
They are being very, very fastidious with this clearance of both long and, of course, up through mids towards hookah. There is going to be a judge at point blank, but frankly, is that enough?
Has been enough in the past. That weapon is the bane of everyone's existence in that position. Maybe the Prowler can help clear it out, and like Flash is gonna meet his maker as end-of-1.
थोड़ा टाइम हो गया भाई थोड़ा टाइम लग गया भाई उधर से वो मार देना ऑप्शन ही मार रहा क्या ओह मारा यही तो भाई ही चाहिए ओह हस्करॉसी आ गया
His teammate far away from him. Skilled. He's been sneaking all this time and he's gone undetected so far, but
ओहो हेलो भाई क्या हेलो भाई
even SK Rossi has died, so he's just better off saving. Oh, never mind.
Okay, is saving really an option? Maybe it's time to take some players with you. Maybe it's time to show you that SK Rossi isn't the only juggernaut in the arsenal of global.
मत पीक करो भाई स्किल के सामने खेल रहा है
Originally it was a matter of getting this Vandal off of him. Now it's sent to Deathmaker. If he can't do it, no one can. Deathmaker, he's got the scent of his prey, and now he's in hot pursuit skills. Just trying to run for the hills, run for his lives, but unfortunately, with MW1 coming from the front, Deathmaker coming from the back, the juke from the teleport is perfect, and the Vandal stays alive a bit longer.
बच गया Vandal बच गया
He's gonna carry it forward into the next round, and he's gonna hold on to it for this deal life as well.
एक तो पता नहीं क्या है एक ईयरफोन फिर हेडफोन फिर एक हेडफोन माइक के लिए क्या है भाई अच्छा वो बस इसलिए ये हेडफोन का बस इसलिए है कि वो आवाज बाहर ना जाने दे सही है भाई
First two kills that were offered to him could have been avoided as well, and the fact that he got all the way from a site to hookah via link, it's gonna start ringing bells of danger in the minds of global esports because
Shadow, where is this being live streamed? Sky Sports के चैनल भाई यहीं देख लो ना भाई make sure to like and subscribe Shadow भाई please चेन्नई में हो रहा है वैसे तो लैन हो रहा है लाइव स्ट्रीम वहाँ पे हो रहा है Sky Sport लाइक करते हुए जाना सब्सक्राइब करते हुए जाना ब्रो if we are going
really looking forward to seeing if there's going to be a complete U-turn where now they just push, they just fight everywhere and anywhere. Because as we
Thank you,
saw
bro.
their
Thank you,
attack,
thank you, thank you.
Global
Thanks
playing
for that.
well, not just as individually, but as a team they are playing well. I want to see him start taking control.
I'm gonna get copyrighted for this, I know that, but I have to do this. क्योंकि वैसे ही देखना था ही कैसे छोड़ दूँ, तब देखना ही पड़ेगा. Oh fuck.
Even able to get that opening kill. The paint shells go off. Skills just pushes in front of them. The follow-up satchel trying to buy space for Skills. He's pursuing NW1. How is the Raze running from a brimstone with no armor? But nonetheless, he does so, and that's the confidence.
So क्या होता है भाई रीच से क्या होता है? मारा तो एक एक है. Let's
I'm
go.
actually very happy that he backed off because he continues to push and there's going to be two people waiting for him on the other side. So
मिसके राशि
he
और
gets a pick.
कप्पा डाउन है.
That's fine.
Oh
The
sorry.
numbers are even.
Deathmaker और कप्पा. Let's go, let's go.
Must spread their defenses thin if they want to cover every single avenue, which can be difficult to do considering that Velocity Gaming can always group up and punch inside with full force. Should be enough to rip through the paper thin defenses of Global Esports.
ये जज के साथ खेल रहा है. पिछले राउंड भी जज के साथ था. ठीक है भाई.
Velocity haven't really made a decision yet, but they must soon. It's only 30 seconds left, and if they just let SK Rossi get a couple kills while they're moving inside, all their plans will be laid to waste. Smokes will be called from the sky, but there is a massive gap, and SK Rossi will exploit it. Hellfighter and
ठीक है SK Rossi भी गया, Lightning Fast भी गया, हलेंदर बचा है. ठीक है और स्किल बचा है. ठीक है. नाइस ट्रेड तो है. हेलो भाई. स्टे कंट्रोल तो है. स्टे कंट्रोल तो है. एक मिनट यार ये भी करना जरूरी है. बस 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 हो गया. हाय बाबीज हाय बाबीज. एक बंक्स भाई की, एक हेल्प भाई की और एक अनुज भाई की. अनुज भाई की ऑफिशियली है, बंक्स भाई की भी ऑफिशियली हो गई वैसे तो. ठीक है ठीक है. ये अगर हार गई तो इसके बाद वो खत्म, क्रेडिट्स खत्म हो जाएंगे. 9-7 कमबैक है क्या भाई? 9-3 सही में कर सके क्या? नेट कर दे भाई, नेट कर दे. दो थे भाई हुक्का में.
Maybe superstition should be believed in, but Hellranger believes in himself and his big, strong bionic arms. He's going to force back the members of Velocity for now, but despite that, Rolling Thunder, Amaterasu dispatches him. Kappa gets the trade, but at what cost? Velocity Gaming, these guys have already lost. They have lost the man advantage.
ये जा सकता है.
Luckily, Ace is still alive, so the smokes can help them out. Maybe capture a little bit more area than they should be getting. But Skills is doing all he can to buy time, and he's not just trying to buy time. He's trying to buy their lives.
I love that. Deathmaker भी गया. सेव कर पाएगा.
His sixth sense is enough, and his spidey sense is
Slow था बे.
His right arm is shaking with power.
बहुत लो था साला.
10th round for Global. It's, I would argue, a little bit overdue, but for Velocity, honestly, the fact they've been able to keep Global back for this long in itself is quite impressive. We were expecting a 3-map series. I know I was. And so for Global to look pretty strong on their map pick is understandable for me. I'm now, my sole attention is going to be how will I believe Haven look? I think that's our decider. So Velocity, they go for a bit of early control now, like a big land grab for long. It's over.
दो इनिशिएटर तो हाँ.
The time being pursued by the Trailblazers, and Velocity, it's their turn to turn up the heat. Huge for a sheer speedy push. Out comes the Seekers. Kappa. Skills tries to get out of there. He runs.
ठीक है. तो यहाँ से कहाँ भागोगे भाई? नेट भी अच्छा था. Phantom से MW1 कप्पा भाई. पड़ा कप्पा भाई. ले जा. उफ एक्स के रॉसी. अरे क्यों पीकी क्यों करना था? यहाँ राइट टू इस गाली दे रहा होगा. क्या कर रहा भाई? अनुज भाई क्या कर रहा है? मुझे ब्लाइंड कर रहा है. अनुज क्या कर रहा है? ऐसे बोला होगा उसने. MW1 भाई जब पता है कि सामने वो है, कमबैक चिल्ला रहे सब. कम बैक फाटुक देख क्या छपरी तो है
Oh my goodness. I don't know if that's dangerous or just wild because Velocity
Ooh.
Gaming, they just let the entire zoo loose. They're sending everything down. They're sending creatures,
कुछ
summons
लिख रहे
from
थे क्या
hell,
सर
prowlers, trailblazers, seekers, all sorts of
Let's go,
wild
let's
animals just raining upon the B-side and Global East.
उनका वो होना चाहिए
They have no way to
नहीं
stop
होगा ना
Velocity from entering. They can't even retake this one because of the orbital strike. And that is a massive utility dump that Velocity Gaming just pulled off.
Revealing area.
Will they be able to do it again though? Local esports are actively trying this time to take fights on the edge of Belong. Skill taking matters into his own hands.
ये तो सही कॉम्बिनेशन बना के गए सब मारे थे
He looks to do the same. Right to Ace is flirting with danger over there, but he flirts back.
अच्छा ये मार दिया क्या
He's got a thing to say of his own. And Eskeros continues to chime in from above. A flawless round by Global Esports. And Wild West
10-8 ना
turns into Chennai.
I love that from Global. I love it. You've got Velocity, who are currently
अच्छा
trying to
गनशॉट
see
भी
where
आया
the aggression works. Global, to make sure Velocity don't get comfortable now, are just gunning it. They're fighting when and wherever they can, and it means that Global don't get a chance.
भाई
to
हम
adapt.
कितने लोगों को जानते हैं ना
Always
यूट्यूब
guessing.
पे
Even saw from skills there.
खासकर
Almost a
गेमिंग
fountain by the time he takes that first view. At which point, of course, Velocity don't expect him to be there. And once
वैसे
he
तो
does that,
गेमिंग के
gets
बाहर
the
भी
first
सबको
kill,
जानते हैं
Velocity,
नाम
they lose
तो
all presence on B. They feel themselves forced to attack on A.
जिंदगी
and
मेरी
they're
यूट्यूब
already
पे से बर्बाद
moving
हो गई ऐसा
into
लग रहा है
the awaiting arms of both SK Rossi and Lightning Fast, two players who, frankly, I would rather play against anyone other than them.
Oh, of course, everyone wants to wipe them like the plague, but Eskerossi
क्या भाई ऐसे क्या
cannot
कर
avoid the limelight. He's catching them off
ठीक है लाइटनिंग
guard.
पास
He's
ठीक है
catching all the fame, and unfortunately, Velocity Gaming can't catch a hold of this round as it slips away from them. And Global Esports inch closer and closer to winning map number 1. They're not that far away from victory. They can almost taste it. They can feel it within their reach, within their grasp. And Amaterasu, right now, he's losing his touch.
आजल तो है वो है
Trying to figure out how can Global Esports
बहुत प्यास लग
come
रहा
to us. Trying to figure out all the things that can go wrong and account for them.
लाइक्स बढ़ नहीं रहे क्या
Realizes the Velocity hit.
मेक श्योर टू लाइक द स्ट्रीम गाइस
They don't have nearly enough automation
एक बंदा
to
वैसे
invest
देख रहा है
on
कोई
this
ही
one. Global Esports can't be sent
भाई
back.
खत्म होगा ये
They would much